Now, this video is all about when to quit a Sacco. And this video, by the way, it's highly motivated by the event that is happening right now. I'm making this video at around 21st of August. And let me tell you one secret. There is a Sacco, I won't mention the name, that news is going rounds and people have lost a lot of money. A lot of, majority of them are actually teachers. And I think it's around 15 billion unaccounted for, whatever it is. Okay, the point is, at what occasion can you tell this is the best time to quit? This is the best time to get out of the house because things are not going right? Because hey, you know what, this is a hard-earned money, and for God's sake, principle, the rule number one, thou shalt never lose your money. And rule number two, never lose it. And the rule number three, still never lose your money. That is it. Anyway, this is Good Joseph, and I always here, I put my ears attentive and spread my tentacles out there to grasp all the information and bringing out to here. So today I'm going to share with you close to 8 points, the signs that you're supposed to look at it and say, hey, guess what? This is the best time to quit a Sacco. If you're watching me for the first time, this is Good Joseph speaking. I do anything and everything related to finances, making money, investing, savings. So if you love that kind of a cup of coffee, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And by the way, be informed, doesn't cost you anything. Make sure that you smash that like and make sure you leave a comment on the comment section. By the way, this video, I want you to interact with me. On the comment section, tell me, what is the relationship between you and your Sacco that you're having right now? And if you're watching this from outside Kenya, you don't know what Sacco is. Saccos like institutions where they, like societies, people coming together, they create something. It's like an alternative of banks or something of sort. It's just a financial institution. Okay, point number one. Point number one is that the very first thing that you're supposed to notice is the poor management. If you realize poor management, what do I mean by poor management? You know, people are saying, or people do say, hey, you know what, there were signs of this Sacco doing this or that. You know, you realize the process of withdrawing your money. If you have something like you know, a FOSA account. FOSA means like, you know, FOSA. We have different types of accounts in a Sacco. We have the FOSA, we have the BOSA, and the share capital. FOSA is basically where you can withdraw your money at any given time, yeah? Front office service activity, whatever. So now we realize that there's something, before you want to withdraw your money, you know, there are some issues here and there, you know, there is a, you know, pull and push and what have you. Then you realize the management is not there. You show up to your Sacco, you realize even the way they have arranged things, you can just tell. By the way, can you tell a shop that is about to close the doors? You realize some things are missing. You know, for me, when I go to my banks, I usually check some very microscopic things, yeah? You realize our water we used to be served here is no longer there. You know, you realize there used to be a very nice chair is no longer there. They used to have like 5 tellers, now there are 2. You know, you need to ask yourself those kinds of questions. What's going on? Are they closing this branch? What's happening? What's the news? What is it? You know, you need to be informed because that is where your money is. So you realize those small microscopic things about the poor management and learn to consume news about the performance of the Sacco. Visit the SASRA, you know, website. You know, SASRA is this body that regulates all these Saccos. Visit that website. Get to understand. Follow the business diaries. You know, follow the. You know, just put your ears open. All right. So if you read the poor management, that is the very first signs to pull your money and get the heck out of that given Sacco. Let's go to point number 2. Point number 2 is when you realize there's something called, you know, you don't need a loan. Basically, you know, Saccos, let me just put it here. You don't need a loan. You don't need what? You don't need a loan, okay? So if you don't need a loan, basically Sacco may not be that tool that really functions for you. Yeah, I know you might view it from the point of, hey, it's an investment tool that I can use it and, you know, be able to utilize it in the future. True, I totally understand with you on that. Now, the point is should be, see, if you don't need, see, basically Saccos, I forgot the full name of the Saccos. It's about Sacco Credit Societies in Kenya or something of sort. See, if you don't really need a loan, Sacco may not that thing that you really need, honestly, on a very serious note. Because most of the Sacco, people who save in a Sacco, they aim at saving that money because most of the Saccos in Kenya, they tell you if you save with us, I don't know, for the minimum of 6 months, then you can be able to get 3 times of what you've saved, you know, provided you front us the guarantors and what have you. So if you really don't need a loan, then a Sacco may not be the best thing to go with. You can actually choose for other alternatives. And this point actually helped me to introduce other point that, yeah, the other thing is that what happens is that if you really need liquidity, if you need liquidity at instant or any given moment, when do you quit a Sacco? You quit a Sacco when you know the situation that you are in, you need to be liquid at instant. For example, I'm a liquid guy. I love to be liquid, meaning like I love to have the access of my money at any given time because I am a risk taker. An opportunity can come, I can grab it and what have you. So if you're that kind of an individual who needs liquidity, liquidity in simple terms means that you need to access your money at any given moment. Because in Sacco in Kenya, according to the law, Saccos, you need to write them upfront of 2 months or 3 months, depends, 90 days or 60 days or thereabout. You need to inform them, hey, you know what, I'm so and so. At this particular time, I would like to liquidate my, or rather, I would like to get my money. I would like to liquidate my shares. I want blah, 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 whatever it is. So you write them, especially if you're dealing with a share capital, you need to inform them in advance that you need to get your money, right? So if you're this kind of an individual who needs liquidity at a snap of a finger, Sacco may not really serve you. See, don't be shocked. You know, I had a client who called me and told me, hey, you know what, Joseph, I put my money in a Sacco and then I wanted to get my money back. And then they told me I should write them a letter informing them 2 months time. That's when I can get my money. And then I'm like, you know what, this money is for paying the school fees and what have you. See, be informed. If you need liquidity at any given time, Sacco may not be the tool that you need as of now. Sacco, view it from a long perspective. You don't put emergency fund in a Sacco. I repeat, you don't put your emergency fund in a Sacco. Money market fund is the best for the emergency fund because emergency fund should be the money that you can access at any given time. Within a snap of a finger, you can get your money. All right. So that is a point that you're supposed to also consider out there. All right. The other thing, or when to quit your Sacco, is when you realize the returns that you get from a Sacco don't meet your what? Don't meet your goal or a target. All right. You realize whatever I'm getting from a Sacco, maybe they're giving you 10, 12, 13%, whichever. And then you realize if I go by that rate, let's say that is what I'm yielding annually, and then I'm aiming at 5 years time from today, I want to have an X amount of money, then my money will be X minus 2 or X minus 10,000. Then you realize that is not really the tool or the vehicle that can reach you to the destination. So when you realize that onset, and let me tell you one thing, and allow me to tell you this, yeah? Kenyans have this problem. Kenyans don't read terms and conditions. They don't. I mean, seriously, they don't. You know, they just want to join a Sacco. They've given a form there. They don't want to read. Everything accept. You submit. Boom, your account has been opened. So it's good to read all the terms. Read how much are they paying in terms of interest. Read about what is going on. If I want to get my money, what is the interest? What are the returns? Do you compare and contrast? You know, all those kind of things so that you see whether you are getting the better option out there. And by the way, allow me to introduce another point on this point one. Yeah, this is if you get stroke have better options. What do I mean? See, if you compare that what the Sacco is giving you, see, before you make your decision that you're going to put your money in a Sacco, have you compared the index fund? Have you checked on the rates? Have you considered something called the bills, the bonds, the MMFs, the bond fund, the balance fund, the equity fund? Have you considered all the stocks? Have you considered a business? Have you considered all a real estate, purchasing a land, building rentals? Have you taken a pen and paper and considered all the factors across and you run against each other? You see which one is it giving you? Obviously, we are here to get a maximum return. And of course, not violating the principle of the capital preservation. So when you compare and contrast all those things, then you can say like, hey, guess what? Now Sacco stands to be the best one for me. Now, boom, you can go for it. But if you do not, or if you get a better option in terms of the returns and offer security and what have you, then that will be the best time to go ahead and what? Quit a Sacco. And if you're already in a Sacco, then compare that what you're getting from the Sacco and what are the prospect that you're gonna get if you go to this investment. And again, please, I said we are here to make maximum returns without violating the principle of the capital preservation. Why? Because you find some people, they can be promised, I don't know, funny Bitcoin somewhere, and I'm not saying Bitcoin is not real, it is real, but there's other crooked people who, you know, connive or sort of hide behind the big name of Bitcoin, and then they tell you, I don't know, mining and what have you, and then they promise you, I don't know, 18%, like the people from Metropolitan, they were promised 18% per month returns, and then you go withdraw your money. Your risk is, I mean, your capital is at risk. You aren't supposed to violate that principle, okay? Now, we go to the other point. You see, now the other point is basically is when you realize that you don't have the guarantors. You don't have the guarantors. Don't have guarantors. Guarantors are simply means the options of you having what we call options of you having that individuals or those individuals who can actually do what, who can go ahead and be able to help you take a loan. If you don't have anybody who can help you take a loan, then it will be very, very hard for you to go ahead and acquire that loan. So consider the fact that, hey, you know what, my whole reason of you joining this Sacco was to get a loan, and where I am right now, I'm not getting a loan. Why? Because I do not have any guarantors to guarantee me this one. And I'm gonna give you a tip when it comes to Saccos. This is the tip, and I want you to listen it carefully. Saccos, they're an amazing way of investment. I totally support them. Okay, because they have been there, they have solved people's problem. People have actually grown wealth due to Saccos. But there's something that most of the people do not understand. Saccos, most of the people get into the Sacco on the basis of, I'm gonna save 3 times of my money, or rather I'm gonna save my money in the next period of time, then I'm gonna borrow 3 times of it. It sounds easier, especially when you're starting. But now, when you let's say your target is $1 million, and then you've saved your, say, 350,000. Obviously, if you 3x that one is above $1 million. So you go to your Sacco, you tell them, hey, you know what, guys? Voila, I reached my 350 Gs. Now I need $1 million as a loan. And they tell you, wow, congratulations, indeed, you qualify for the loan. Again, just give us the 4 guys, that is the 4 guarantors who hails from this Sacco to guarantee you. This is how it functions. If you have 350,000 and you need $1 million, then you need to get around 650,000 or thereabout. So you need an extra 650,000 on top of what you have so that you can give them $1 million. So therefore, you have to front 4 people whose accounts are really, or whose account can really guarantee you 650. So you cannot just bring anybody randomly who has, 100,000 in their account, another one 200, another one 100. That's like 400. You're still short of. You get what I'm saying? So you have to bring people who can actually sort of guarantee you. And that makes sense. I do not crucify them for that. That makes sense. They don't risk their money. That's very sure. But now at the same time, if you do not know nobody in that particular Sacco, then tell me what exactly will happen. You just hover around. Nobody can guarantee you. You don't even know whom you can call. You don't even know who you can contact. And guess what happens? You become frustrated. And when you become frustrated, what do you want to do? You want to withdraw your money. Then you tell them, I need my money because I cannot get the guarantors. And then after that, they tell you, no, it doesn't happen that way. Tell us or write us a letter informing us in a period of 90 days for. Guess what happens? And frustration after frustration after frustration. And guess what happens now? You start crying because your goal has actually been, you've been disoriented in terms of the finances. Now, what happens is that you're supposed to understand, I'm joining this Sacco. Whom do I know? I know person X, person Y, person Z. And then you can connect with those 3 guys and tell them, I'm joining this Sacco. Would you mind in one way in future that if I want to get a loan, then you can be able to guarantee you, then I can be able to do that. And this is why I always highly encourage people, especially young people. Most of the young people, especially in our continent, they do not have big financial muscles. So you need to join hands with a group of people. You join hands, you go to that registration you register your group, become a formal group, then you get that authorization to open an account. You go to a Sacco, you open an account. Therefore, you are 10 of you. Therefore, you can actually take a loans and being guaranteed by each other. That is exactly how you help people. But now if you just, I'm telling you, you're going to be faced by frustrations when you show up to those doors, There are great places if you have guarantees or guarantors to guarantee you that. I don't know up to date whether the Saccos do accept the what do we call them, the collateral, if you have a parcels of land, if you have a car somewhere, logbook or what have you. But anyway, it is what it is. I found it worth to share this video with you. Those are the points to share this video with you, tell you when exactly are you supposed to quit or get out of the Sacco as quick as you can, so that you don't fall victim of such an occurrence that has happened in our Kenya as we speak right now. But anyway, this is good, Joseph. If you would like to have a customized information, a customized take through with me, my number is always on the description of this specific video. You can grab it, shoot me a call. Let's have a discussion as far as the investment is concerned. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.